Hey Daniel, so here's your Kestis. It's all done. And we never really found out like what brand this was. I'm still leaning on it being an 89 Sabers brand hilt, and that's only because it's got these two buttons with this like brass tactile right here in the back, and that's usually indicative of an 89 Sabers, like the Fallen series. That's what you would call it. And they're called like Fallen V2, Fallen V3, something like that. But nonetheless, it's pretty cool. I like these because they do have two buttons instead of one. Most Kestises only have one button, which is this one. So they add a nice little button in the back. But we're gonna go through things that I did externally, and then we'll go to the chassis right now. So for the blade plug, I realized that it would get stuck when you put it in. And the reason for that is because it would fall too deep. So what I did is I printed a new PCB holder in here so that it's perfectly, the height is perfect, so that when you put the blade plug in, it doesn't actually get stuck. It just, it bounces on the pins, but you can hold it down and then lock it in with a 1.5 millimeter wrench, and it's good. And then when you take it off, it comes off really easily. So I realized that that was a problem that it had. It would get stuck sometimes, so fix that. Also the buttons themselves, I completely reinstalled this, so the buttons have been adjusted so they're much nicer. So there are internal tactile switches in here that are brand new, and they are very clicky, very responsive. You can hear that. Hope you can hear that. But yeah, number one thing about me, dude, is I don't like bad buttons. You know, bad buttons to me is the worst. I don't like having to like finesse and just, mess with a hilt just trying to get the buttons to work like they should. I don't like that. So I spend a lot of time making sure that the heights of the tactile switches inside are perfect so that you get nice feedback. Okay, so that's number one improvement that you'll see. But everything else down here is exactly how you had it. But we're gonna get to the chassis now. Okay, and you said you wanted a chassis that looked like the time, something with detail, and I went with this. I hope you like it, man. So we have here a custom painted resin chassis. So you have a lot of metallic paints here. Got some greeblies going on, some copper tubes. I kind of wanted to like base it off this copper ring here, maybe some wiring, like some red wiring there. Took some red, put it on there, some metallic paints, right? I relocated the Profi board. Originally it was like hidden in here. It was very hard to get to. I relocated it here, so that's more easy to access. And on this side, you have more details going on. And there's a logo in there for me. So my logo is Proto Sabers LLC. I know I go based on my personal Facebook a lot. Just people reach out to me on my personal Facebook. But Proto Sabers LLC is me. And we're going to look at this. And you do have like this custom cap down here that has a pixel ring in the bottom with a speaker enclosed in front of it. So this is something that I do on these Kestises so that you can get shine through on the bottom. And it happened to work out really well with this one. So it's resin printed as well, and it's sits over the speaker. And I also enclose the speakers on the sides here so you can get a little bit more sound out of it. Big spring battery tabs are my go-tos all the time. I don't like the other battery tabs. To me, these are the best. You have your kill switch right here. Left is off, right is on. Very small kill switch. And your battery, you also get a battery with a full reinstall. This is just a Key Power 18650 battery, but it has a custom wrap on it. And flat side is always a spring. Button side is towards the top. So it pops right into place, right? I like to position it like that so you get some cool art with this custom wrap on it, just to kind of give it the whole look. But yeah, man, and I do want to point out that a resin chassis is very, very detailed, very nice, but you do sacrifice a tiny little bit of strength, so do be careful with this. If you drop this, if you bang this on something too hard, you will break it. Okay, this is resin. It's intended to be more of a showpiece, a pretty chassis. It's not for strength, honestly. Even if you were to bang a regular 3D printed chassis, it'd probably break too. But just letting you know, okay, be very careful. Because these can be fragile if you hit them too hard. A little tap is not going to do anything, but smacking it against a table really hard or dropping it, it's going to break it. Okay, and that goes for any lightsaber install, but I'm just letting you know, okay, it's not bulletproof. It's gonna break if you mishandle it. Okay, And please do not break it, because these take forever to do, forever to paint. These are all hand painted by me. But yeah, man, we're gonna power it on. I'm gonna show you all the blinkies that I was able to add.
I'm Cal.
So we have all the fonts on here that you had from your other Kestis. And we have 5 pixel strip right there and right here, just showing through these little holes. And you have your pixel ring going off. This is to light up the bottom right here. But yeah, so I have this set up with a different button setup, I think, than your other one. But we're going to go through with it. You're also going to get a piece of paper in the mail or in the box with this, with all the button controls, just in case you need it. It's pretty standard. I don't have a sample for you here, but it'll be in the box, okay? And it'll just show you like all the button layouts and how to do certain things. But I'm going to just kind of demo through the small things. So you hit this for power, or you twist. And you get different effects here. Pixel ring going off. And then if you hit the back button here once, you can switch fonts.
Cyan.
So it's gonna have like all the colors from the game. Cyan, green, right?
Indigo. Magenta.
So I'm not gonna go through all of them because there's a lot.
Orange.
But you know, I just want to show you that, you know, a lot of them are matching and indicating on the LEDs right here, just as best as I can. And then when you power it on, you know, it kind of goes to a more stable effect here. So just to give you a little extra, I normally cannot add any lighting to these because they're very high detail, but I could have with this one, and I wanted to do that for you, just so that, you know, you can have a little bit more going on. But yeah, man, do hope you like that chassis. I'm gonna put the grip on now so that we can see the shine on the bottom, and it's really, really nice too. Came out really good. So, and the sound is amazing too. So we're gonna turn the light down real quick so you can see that it lights up really nice and bright in the bottom now. Sounds great too with the grip on.
Purple.
Yeah, man, just awesome. Sounds awesome. Chassis looks great, and I'm really happy with how this one turned out. I hope you like it too. We're gonna put a blade in this just to show you that everything works. This is just my very short test blade. I use this for all my demo videos. So we're gonna put that on. Gonna lock it in right here. Just make sure it doesn't fly out. But yeah. We have lockups, blaster blocks,
Red.
all the font on here.
White.
But yeah, man, so this thing is all fully programmed, and it did take a little longer to program this one because there's so many of those Kestis fonts. There's all the colors, and then there's also the crossguard fonts, because the crossguard fonts sound a little different. So and there's all those to program as well. So the config is on the SD card if you know how to do programming and all that stuff, or if you need it for your reference, it's on there. So you know, just showing you that it's got a bunch of fonts on here, and it just takes a while, you know, to get through them because I added more LEDs, so that meant that I had to you know, program it more. So every font has to be specific, different colors, right, for the sided ones here and for the pixel ring. So took a little longer, but do hope you like that, man. And yeah, I'll get this out to you tomorrow as promised. And yeah, man, thank you for your patience. Thank you for allowing me to do a install for you. I know this is the first one that we do together, and yeah, man, I hope you like my work. All right, man, thanks.